So once the market came back, we got back into doing remodels and flips. Over the last 5 years, we've done about 15 projects, and we found Groundfloor because we actually looked at a lot of different lenders, and we found that their pricing, ease to work with was great, and we were able to get into this project with her through a refinance. We actually was with another company prior, and they were one of the, I think we went through maybe like 3 or 4 different lenders, and they were quick, responsive, and it was a great experience from being with them all the way to the finish, compared to other hard money lenders that we work with, and we would definitely work with them again. So.
How did you get started with Defoor?
So with Defoor, our agent was riding by. She lived up the street, and it was actually a 1920 shack. It was in the front. Well, I call it was a home. It was a home. It was about 1,000 square foot home. It was located in the front. This whole lot was about 18 trees. And it was kind of on a very steep incline. So our first process was, purchasing the property. We paid all cash for it and got a loan to do the rehab. Got into the project. Took us about 6 months just to get the lot clear and get the trees down, get the demo permit. When you're dealing with trees in the city of Atlanta, it can be very challenging. We had a few trees that actually was bordering the neighbor's tree, so I had to contact them, get a signed agreement that I could actually cut down the tree. So a lot of different little challenges like that can come up in a project that can delay it 2 to 3 weeks. Just because it may take that long to track down someone and get them to be responsive. But the good thing is, we didn't have any issues. All our neighbors were great. We worked through a lot of the issues. Some things took longer than others, as usual with the project. But once we got into it, we were able to speed along, get the bill done in about 8 months. Let's see what else.
Any questions? That'll work.
You guys have any questions about the process?
When you bringing us some more loans?
What's the sale of this one?
Well,
this is
I'm
the
waiting
sale.
for you that lot right there, but we can sell this one first.
Have you ever thought about Airbnb?
I actually did think about that. Just think about different options now.
So, well, with this project, the design for this home was prairie style, but I also wanted to bring in modern elements. So throughout the home, I wanted to make some modern and prairie, but I didn't want to make it too modern. I didn't want to make it too traditional. I just felt like in Atlanta, you have a lot of new builds. Everything looks the same. All the builders kind of go with the same format. My background being in retail and in fashion, I just brought a different aesthetic, and I wanted to incorporate that into my build and just do something very unique. Of course, once you finish it and you're doing things that are unique, it doesn't appeal to everyone. So, I still don't have any regrets about that, because I don't want someone, this is how I feel. I don't want to walk into a home with someone, I want my home to be special. I want it to stand out, and it still does. So we're just looking for that right buyer still. Well, we've had a lot of great response, a lot of great open houses. I mean, we've had like the best open houses. But we did have an offer at one point on the property, but the buyer's financing fell out. So it did teach us that once you are in a higher price point, over $700,000, no matter how beautiful your house is, you still just have market challenges. Market is kind of softened right now, opposed to where it was, and everyone's saying, oh, it's headed for a recession. What I explain to people is not necessarily headed for a recession, is that nothing can run 100 miles per hour forever. You know what I mean? So I think the market is slowing down a little bit. It's not going to a recession, it's just slowing down. And I think, we'll be fine, but those are things that you just can't, that's real estate. It's a lot on the line. You can win a lot, you can lose a lot. So, it's definitely learning lessons from a builder and going into it. What I need to prepare for on my next, high-end build. Because once you get to, like I said, once you get over that 700,000 mark, it's just a different ballgame.
So one of the things we're all trying to learn about is our customers' businesses and how to help you guys to be successful.
Okay.
And be a good partner at that.
Yes.
And we have a lot of different things that we think about doing. And I think one thing that might be helpful for everybody is to understand 2 things.
Okay.
One, could you give us a feel for your business? How many projects might you have going on at once? Is this a typical project or is it different? And then for this project in particular, really curious about sort of how you think about the profit that you're going to make on it. This is why you're doing it, right? And how that breaks down. for you. At some level, the financing is a key tool, right, that you make and that you use to make that project. I think it'd be interesting for people to understand the economics of a project that they're kind of standing. Right.
Well, for us to jump into a project like this was the first project of this scale for us. So we were doing flips in the 200, 300 range. I think the highest was 3. So this was a little bit of, we had to step up. So anytime you move into another level, you have to make financial sacrifices. There are unknowns you're traveling. Until you walk that road, you just don't know what it's going to look like. So, when I finished this bill, my aspiration was, hey, I have a contract in a week. But, here's 2 months later, I don't have that contract in a week.
Well, we did, but it felt
these are all reality, so going into it, we have other streams of income with real estate, with our rentals, with other smaller projects. But, again, anytime you're stepping up, for us, we just haven't been in this space. Like, okay, this is my 3rd one, my 4th one, so I got it down to a science. So we're walking a lot of unknown territory, and it can be scary at times. It can be scary. It's risky. But if you want to move to any next level of life, you have to do it.
Right.
So I've been entrepreneur since 21. So I'm used to jumping off on the cliff. With somebody else, when you're like, oh my God, what are you doing? That's crazy. You should never do that unless you got X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. But sometimes you wait for the perfect line for everything. It's never going to happen.
Right.
So I bet on myself.
And I think to answer your question more so like the working relationship with Groundfloor with customers, I think first of all, great job on doing it because we worked with a lot of different hard money lenders before, and it hasn't been as smooth when it comes to quick inspections. Number one, what works for us when we're having somebody, number one, interest rate.
Right.
Of course. Right. Because if we purchase this lot for $215, purchase a lot for $215, you have something you have to clear, interest rate is important because that's kicking out how much so month before you can even draw, before you can, and then you have to pay out your contractors, have an inspection. So I think working with your clients on that aspect and understanding that mechanism.
Because a $200,000 loan could be a couple $1,000s a month.
Well, like this, like for example, here's $4,500 a month.
Right.
To carry the note.
Yeah.
So when you start that, if you start from ground, you have to know, okay, I'm carrying this. I have to put this with the city. I have to put this with that. Your budget has to be straight on when you turn it in so you can know different things. So I think the working relationship is great when it comes to interest rate, when it comes to quickness with your inspections, when it comes to payout. Those are what keeps things going more. Because that keeps the contractors good, that keeps everybody. So kudos to your inspector too. He does a great job, Fred. Fred is great. And he's very knowledgeable in a lot of things too. And that really helps us with a lot of different things and aspects. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, throughout the whole process, building a project is stressful. You have a lot of hiccups. You have a lot of things that can go wrong, a lot of moving parts. But it helps when you know that you can put your draw request in.
Yeah.
You can talk to the guy that's going to do it. Not everything is not, automated.
Right.
I'm talking to someone, I'll take a fist and one is foreign in Pakistan, is going to actually process something for me. I can talk to a human being that's in America. It goes a long way these days.
Understands what we're looking at, not looks at a piece of paper and say,
where
your budget was this, and we'll know. But because in reality, you can write down the budget all day and have a timeline, but when it comes to your real world working, it's different things. So having an inspector that sees that, understands that, works with it, you all come back and it's a reality working relationship versus a contractual piece of paper foundation transaction.
I think the good thing is because Fred is a builder, he understands where you are with the process and how that translates to also protecting Groundfloor's interest to make sure you're not paying out for work that's not done properly, or if I still have one baseboard missing, he can make the call. Listen, I'll go ahead and put the baseboards in. I see you have 2 more baseboards you got to finish. Opposed to no, it all has to be done, and so now we can't cut the check. So little things like that make a difference because at the end of the day, we still have to fund it.
Right.
And then get reimbursed.
Right.
So, you know, that's, and again, when you're speaking, you know, $900,000, you know, every process is 15, 20, 30, any little $1,000 process. You know, everything's a pretty big chunk of money that you have to put out there. So I will say that I did appreciate, you know, Fred coming from other hard money lenders and their inspectors, and how he scheduled, the quickness of how he got out, and then how he handled things.
And even to tell us he's run out of time and make sure out of town and make sure we get his schedule.
Hey, that was truthful one day. Let me tell you something. 3 or 4 days held up, and you've got like 10 people sitting around like, "Where's my money?" You know, it can make a difference. You know, morale.